Rangers 1, Lyon 4. Does it tell the story? Pretty much, it does tell the story. Rangers weren't good enough tonight in the Europa League. But, most people would have expected this to be a close game. You look at the stats, 50-50, not bread, possession, 15 shots each. But the reality is, one team has the quality, both ends of the pitch, and that is the difference maker. Now, there's been really poor results this week for teams in Scotland. Ours doesn't topple it, but I've seen Chris Boyd try and make it that's great. Oh, we didn't have the worst result the weekend, or the week, sorry. I'm not going to go down that route. To me, it's pathetic. We're at home. We're against a lesser team. The other teams have been against us midweek, and I like to focus on just Rangers. So, Boyd control, but I think it's a bit pathetic when it's, well, my team get beat 4-1, your team get beat 7-1. Anyway, we begin the game. As to the starting 11, it's pretty much what we all expected. We know Tavernier shouldn't start. He did start. We know the right-hand side is pretty much a bomb scare with Tavernier and Tierney. Talking to Tierney, he messes up, man. He messes up. He misses a pretty damn easy chance, man, to make it 1-0. I still think if we make it 1-0, Lyon win the game, right? I'm not delusional, but if we made it 1-0, you never really know what could happen. And for that reason, a lot of it's got to be hung on this guy's head. I'm done with Tierney. I think he's got to be dropped. I would rather play Sterling at right mid. This game called for Sterling at right mid because it would have added a bit of stability to the right hand side. But for me, this is the sort of game where Tav can play right mid and Sterling play right back. We don't need to be as kamikaze going forward. But anyway, we'll get to the Tav mistakes. We'll get to I don't want to pin it all on Tav, right? But another really poor game today, and it's over, man. I'm not going to bury the guy too much and go in on. He's the Rangers captain, but I've had my days burying Tav, and I think today might have been a step forward in getting him out the door. But I'm just sick of repeating the same old thing about James Tavernier. He's done. Not much more else to say about it. Right, Fofana makes it 1-0. He was absolutely electric. He had Yefty, Tav. Well, he was. Yefty was on toast by, what was his name? We put a bit of respect. Burkey. Fofana had Tav on toast. Lacazette didn't really have anyone on toast, but his finishing was immaculate. The first goal, Fofana, just really poor again for Rangers. We should have made it 1-0, and they make it 1-0. But then make it 1 each for Tom Lawrence. Dessers makes himself a nuisance. This is pretty much the only thing that Cyril Dessers did all match. Ball falls to Tom Lawrence, and he manages to poke it into the back of the net. You're thinking, right, brilliant. Quick response to going behind, exactly what we needed. But then the second goal comes, right? Connor Barron just gives it away. I had someone comment my video earlier because I labelled Connor Barron when he signed as Scott Wright, but in midfield. Well, this is a very Scott Wright thing to do. Obviously, I've got it wrong about Barron, and I do rate the kid. But this was a really bad mistake. He gives it away. I believe it was it Fofana into, no, I think was it Burkey? I can't remember. One of them into Lacazette. He puts it past Butland. Butland can't do anything about this. It's all over, isn't it? We then had Matic getting forced off, which I don't know. I honestly feel like Nemanja Matic in the midfield would have suited us more because he was a lot slower. I mean, this ain't a great Lyon team, right? I think they said there's 150 million worth of euros. Well, not worth of, not 150 million euro. 150 million euros worth of players on the bench. We got there in the end. Which seems to be unheard of for a French team outside PSG and Monaco for a period, but there's a lot of money now. Lyon have spent, Lyon are much better than us, right? Don't get it twisted, but we're at home. And I think this just shows how much we've regressed. 2 years ago, a few years ago, sorry, Lyon beat us 2-0, which was really disappointing, don't get me wrong. But then we went away to Lyon and drew. I don't know, I just look at us now, man. They're just awful. Ball gets given away again. Fofana nutmegs Yefty. He then absolutely destroys John Suter. Awful defending, but it was a sloppy shot. We're just giving it away, man. Thought Bajrami, one of the only few to have pass marks tonight. He deserved to be in the Lyon team because he was creating a lot of opportunities. Tierney had a shot, two shots, both pretty pish. Ball gets played through to Lacazette, and he just buries it top right hand corner. Great finish, right? Now the speculation whether it went out for a throw in or whether it was offside, it went too far, didn't disallow it. I thought the referee was a joke tonight, but he's not the reason we get beat, so I'm not going to go down that avenue. But that's half time. Great finish for Lacazette, but again, close him down. I mean, he's a great player, Lacazette. I don't really think he got. I mean, it's not that he didn't get enough credit at Arsenal. I think it probably came a wee bit too late for him. But he is still relatively young at the end of the day. But what I think is, with Lacazette, he's still a great player. He's a good finisher. You can't be giving the guy that amount of space, man, and not expecting to be troubled by it. Then at half time, Lawrence came off for Doyle. That looks like an injury. When Kieran Doyle comes on, you're snookered. Bajrami was creating everything early in the second half, man. Creating absolutely everything. But then it fell on its arse because Fofana made it 4-1. Tav, absolutely shite again. Ball fizzed across the 6-yard line. Tapped in. Well, I say fizzed across the 6-yard line. It was like 1 yard out. Tapped in by Fofana. James Tavernier, nowhere to be seen. And then pretty much straight after this, he got subbed off. And to me, this is pretty damning. This has to be the earliest we've seen Tav subbed off, unless it's been an injury. Which hopefully gets us one step closer to the door. But don't get it twisted, folks. James Tavernier, right, was pissed tonight. But he's not entirely the solo reason why we didn't win this game. Some people seem to think, we get rid of the dead weight, things are going to automatically get better. You need to replace said dead weight. Barisic, Jack, Lundstrom, Ruth, last season Kent Morelos, things like that. They've all left. Or have we got worse? I honestly think we have. You know what I mean? You can't just pin all your hopes onto these new players and pretend they're great just because you dislike the old players because they've been a part of the regime. Yeah, see when Tav gets subbed off here and Casemiro come on, did we concede a goal? No, we didn't. No. We didn't concede a goal. Again, the game's won for Lyon. They don't need to go for it. But the evidence points towards the fact that we should have started with Sterling and Casemiro on the right hand side. But the captain's going to start. Obviously, Lyon could have scored 2 headers. Casemiro cleared it off the line. Doyle had a pretty good shot saved, and that was about it for the game. The Rangers lose 4-1. I'm not going to point score about whose defeat was worse and whose defeat was better. End of the day, I expected a lot more for this Rangers team. Lyon were very good, but they're not an elite team. We're at home. We still should be doing better. It was avoidable. We just we're defensively frail, and going forward, we just don't have a clinical edge. And Cyril Dessers ain't the answer, man. It ain't. At the back, it's just pish. You get 4 clean sheets in a row, and some people seem to think that our defenders have suddenly turned good. You don't concede 4 goals against a team that's good. Lyon are good. They're not great. They're not fucking phenomenal, right? I think some of their players are, but the overall team was not. Proper and Suter, they're building a formidable, partnership. Are they really? I mean, does that look like a formidable partnership out there tonight? I don't think so. I think this has brought us back down to earth. It's the last thing we needed because, that was a confidence knocker on Tuesday night for a certain team. This has just done the exact same to us, but again, I think there's, end of the day, if you lose 2-1, you lose 2-1, right? But the stats suggest it was even, but anyone watching it knows it was anything but even. Anyway, up next is St Johnstone. We'll beat St Johnstone. They just lost 6-0 last week, so if you don't beat them, I don't know, but it's another loss for Clermont. It's disappointing. But what is there to say? I didn't expect it. Didn't expect to get pumped 4-1. I thought obviously a defeat was always going to be on the cards when you play this poorly, but still disappointing at the end of the day. Anyway, till next time. Peace.